Thank you, Devin. And with cooler weather around the corner after the steamy weekend we're going to be having coming up, it's a good time to think about the ice. And joining us this morning is Steve O'Keefe of the Rhinelander Curling Club. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you know, it's a lot of exciting things coming up. You know, winter will eventually be here. We've certainly had a lot of ups and downs weather-wise, but curling is always something that you can enjoy because it's indoor as well.
Exactly. You know, 70 on Saturday, Sunday, weekend might do a dent in our learn to curl, but like you said, we can still go out there and curl. It is a sport that actually helps the winter go by fast. So when winter finally gets here and you're looking for something to do, curling might be the thing.
No, it absolutely can be for a lot of folks out there. And there's a lot to it. There's different things. So walk us through, what is curling exactly for those who have never heard of it or, you know, just now finding the interest to join perhaps?
Yeah, definitely. So a lot of people might have seen it on the Olympics. It's got a lot of attention. This is a replica of the 2018 gold medal broom that they used. It's an ice sport, typically played with 4 people on a team. There's rocks, granite stones involved, 16 in all. So of those 4 people, they're going to alternate throwing 2 stones apiece.
Oh, okay.
They're going to throw them down about 147 feet of ice. And at the end, they're going to go down to those circles. We call those the house. And they're going to look which color is closest to the button. That's going to be the scoring team. And then they just see how many of those colors are available before the first of the other color, and that'll be the score.
So that's how you kind of tally it up. So there's going to be a lot of stones out there on the ice. You're throwing 16 of them for just 1 round.
Exactly.
And
we usually play about 8 rounds.
8 rounds. Does it go to just the highest score, or is there a number that you're trying to hit?
That's a great question. We just keep tallying. Eventually, sometimes we get into games where maybe one team is scoring a lot and the other isn't. We might just stop putting the scores up on the board.
Right, so it's a little bit like baseball where they'll throw you a mercy rule here.
A little bit, yeah.
That's awfully kind of you.
Yes.
So, you know, but people learning to curl, they can come out there and try it. It's a pretty, you know, you're going to walk them through it, and it's not, not a big thing that way. Is it easy to pick up?
Yes, I'll say that right out. It is easy to pick up. It's a sport that you can play anywhere from 8 to 80 or 90. So anybody can play it. And if you have like a hip or knee or foot injury type thing, you don't have to get into that crouching position. We can give you a stick like shuffleboard.
Oh, okay.
And we'll teach you how to do everything, and you'll be curling in about an hour.
No, that's fantastic, and especially like you said earlier, the Northwoods, in Wisconsin, it gets cold. Winter's, at least 9 months out of the year, typically.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have these things to do inside. There's a lot of great, fun that you can have. Still cold indoors on the ice, but it's, it's a controlled environment.
Exactly, it is.
And you're being social, too.
That's my point. I was going to say that. Yeah. It's a great sport. If you want to stay physically active during the winter, that's very important. But also, just the social aspect, because there's 2 parts. There's the part on the ice that you participate in, but then there's also afterwards, we call it broom stacking, so everyone takes these brooms and kind of stacks them up and goes and sits down and has a beverage and a snack or dinner or whatever it might be.
Oh, and that's a great thing, and especially this Sunday. Your event is happening during the Packer game. It's going to be a Packer party and learn to curl, and when's that going to be kicking off?
That's going to be kicking off at noon.
Noon. Isn't that when the actual kickoff is as well?
It is. So what we're doing, people can come down, watch the game, and then, if they're not Packer fans, they want to get to the curling right away, we'll take them out. Otherwise, we're just going to have a little tailgate, and then we'll curl.
Hey, that's a great time. Hopefully the Packers, have some good luck, and, you also have a good turnout for the curling. It's kind of 2 birds, 1 stone. Enjoy a nice fall evening like this.
Exactly, yeah.
So for folks looking to get more information about where to go, when to go, is there somewhere they can go and reach out besides, they can, I'm sure, go to the Rhinelander Ice Arena at noon on Sunday for sure.
They can show up without registration. We'll walk them through that. Otherwise, if you want more information, RhinelanderCurling.org is our website, and we do have a Facebook page.
And if people turn out that they love curling and this is the thing for them, is there leagues that they can join perhaps, or tournaments coming up?
Yeah, great question. We do. So obviously we curl around the hockey schedule. So
got to share the ice.
Thank you, Rhinelander Ice Arena, for putting us on the ice. But so usually Sundays after the tournaments, late afternoon, early evenings, and then right away in the morning on Monday. So kind of two different age groups. Sundays tends to trend a little younger, and Monday mornings a little more senior.
Well, there you go. So if this turns out to be something you really like, trying it out on Sunday, there's opportunities to keep doing this all winter.
Definitely.
Well, thanks so much for coming on this morning and talking to me about curling, and hopefully folks out there, want to enjoy a little bit of the Packers, learn to curl, and have themselves a good Sunday.
I know you're traveling from Superior, but we'll see you Sunday.
Hopefully. I'm looking forward to it. It's always good to get out on the ice.